remember one morning I was saddling up my horse, just like I've done so many times before. But as I thought about actually getting on, my hands started to shake. My heart was racing, my stomach felt funny, I had butterflies, not the good kind, and I didn't want to feel like that. So I thought, okay, I'll just need to do some exercise. So I started to run on the spot, did some jumping jacks, trying to shake the nerves out of my body. But that didn't really help. So I kept going until finally, I think about 20 minutes have passed and I felt calmer. So I thought, okay, I can mount the horse. And as soon as I mounted, I sat on the saddle and my body was completely frozen, completely stiff. I couldn't move. And I remember saying to Benjo, my gelding, please stand still, please just don't move. And that feeling being so tense and so disconnected from myself, I felt awful. It drove me insane. I felt like a complete beginner. I felt confused, frustrated, and to be honest, I felt ashamed. I've been riding since I was 10 years old and I competed in dressage or jumping. So I felt ashamed feeling this way. And driving back home, I kept asking myself, why am I feeling this way after all these years? And here's what I know now and what I teach now, but I didn't know back then that fear isn't always about skill. It's about safety, safety in the body. And it doesn't just live in your thoughts, it actually lives in our nervous system. So if the horse brings up emotions like fear, anxiety, what can you do about that? So in this video, we'll explore how to overcome your fear and what techniques we can use to reduce the fear. So hi, I'm Abby Spielman. I'm a trauma therapist and horse owner. I specialize in helping female equestrian overcome fear, anxiety, and self-doubt. And I truly believe that confidence isn't built by forcing yourself through fear. Your emotional responses, like fear and anxiety, come from your history, not your horsemanship. So what is really going on? Your nervous system is wired for survival. And when something reminds your brain of a past pain, it reacts as if it's happening again, even if it's not true. And your survival adaptations come up. So as you know, horses and humans have similar survival responses. Could be fight, flight, or freeze, right? So I'd like you to think and reflect on which response do you practice most? Are you getting frustrated, tense, or trying to control the horse, which is a fight response? Are you panicking, wanting to dismount or give up, which is a flight response? Or do you feel frozen in the saddle, can't move, very stiff, like I felt, which is the freeze response? So if you feel scared to ride, instead of asking what to do when I feel scared, I'd like you to ask and be curious, why is this fear showing up in the first place? What is the reason behind the fear? You see, fear is a trauma response. It's a symptom. So if this is a symptom, what is the reason behind it? There could be different reasons, such as you had a fall and now your body is trying to protect you by bringing up the fear. The fear can come up because you don't trust your riding skills. The fear could be from lack of trust with your horse. You just don't trust them. So then I would like to ask a bit further, why don't you trust your horse? And it's not about being judgmental towards you or towards your horse. I'm coming from a place of curiosity. So talking about lack of trust, I work with a woman who came to me and she felt she couldn't trust her horse. So when we inquired further to understand what was behind that lack of trust, It appears that it started when she has gone through a difficult breakup with her ex-partner. She knows how to ride. She used to train horses for a living, so it wasn't about the skill. However, this one horse that has gone through trauma himself brought up those feelings that was buried in her nervous system from about 30 years ago. So we process those feelings. We're still working on it, but now she knows it's not the horse, it's her past trauma where she felt betrayed that caused her to feel this way. So once you become curious about why you are scared, why the anxiety show up near your horse or while riding, then we are less ashamed of it. We take our time to listen to the body, and with the right support, we are able to process the fear and move forward. And by the way, if you are interested to understand what is behind your fear or your anxiety, let's have a chat. Press the link to book your free consultation. Okay, so you feel scared to ride. What should you do? So here are a few tips. Number one, I'd like you to notice and don't judge. Be curious. When you feel something big come up, like fear, or maybe tears or tightness in your body, can you simply name it? Or can you journal about it? Or write it down on a piece of paper? Or to start being aware of it, aware of those emotions. Number two, I'd like you to be gentle with yourself. Most riders default to self-criticism. So instead, I'd like you to ask, what does my body need right now to feel safe? And be curious about it. Number three, create moments of safety. You can use your breath, grounding techniques, slow movement, meditation, or even step off if needed. You're not quitting. You're honoring your nervous system. And number four, try to be present in your body. For example, feel your legs on the ground. Feel the toes. Move your toes. Feel the pressure from your foot in the stirrup. Feel the reins between your fingers. Feel the soft touch of the knee against the saddle. The more you are in your body, the more you are present. It is about being aware of it and reminding yourself to check in with your body. Number five, celebrate emotional awareness as progress. Overcome fear isn't just about doing more, it's about feeling more with compassion and no judgment. And number six, seek support if needed through trauma-informed coaching or therapy. I can help you unpack these patterns safely. You don't have to process it alone. And I'd like you to remember, confidence isn't built by forcing yourself through fear. It's built by meeting yourself with care until your body begins to believe, I am safe. I can trust this. And once your nervous system starts to feel safer, that's when you're able to take gentle, supported steps forward, like riding again, or even heading out on the trail. So speaking of going out on a trail, if you find that you are anxious while trail riding, watch the video where I walk you through how to reduce anxiety while trail riding, especially if your mind races or your body tenses up the moment you leave the arena.